In this video, you will see the proof of concept for executing SQL scripts from a folder using SQLCMD. The way to use this feature is to execute the script that will retrieve the script's names and some of the columns, which will allow you some kind of sorting, and once the result set was retrieved, to sort it to obtain the order in which you want to execute the scripts. Once sorting is completed, we select Execute SQL Script, which allows us to select the instances, databases, and the scripts we want to execute. The available instances are filtered to show only the instances in the same domain as the account used to launch the application. I wanted to allow execution of scripts against instances in other domains and launch SQLCMD as a different user, but what ChatGPT offered required a lot of things, not to mention that I understood close to nothing about that. Hence, I decided that if scripts have to be executed on instances in different domains, then the application should be launched again under a domain account from that domain. Going back to the available selections, you could see that in order to add remove databases, I chose to implement the removal when user clicks a database name which is already selected. This is true also for the script names. Choosing individual scripts allow us to change the initial order of the scripts in case we want to provide a specific order for the scripts. Once we chose the instances against we want to run the script and the databases and the scripts, we loop through all that information and create single entries, instance name, database name, and script name together with some additional columns which are useful when answering questions like duration, script output. Once SQLCMD invocation is finished, the information about that execution is updated, and we take that information and insert it in the database for historical purposes. By default, when generate and display action is pressed and the window is already open, nothing is overwritten. The window is just maximized. Hence, if we need to refresh that window because we added another database or instance, then we need to close the window first and press the button. What was not tested was executing a deletion script that is 20 megabytes in size that generates 200,000 row messages like row was deleted, and how those type of scripts affects the overall process, like updating the script output column in the data grid and inserting the row in the database. These are things which requires more time, but for the time being, I believe 80 to 90% of the feature is done. I noticed that the duration was not showing the right amount of time spent, and the solution, as always is with programs, was that I was initiating the start time of the script execution in a place which was totally wrong. Why, you might ask? It is because of leftovers and the fact that I am writing the code most of the time by copy and place. What I mean by that? The window showing the scripts is the control I presented in the past for prerequisites, which was executing single SQL statements without the geo separator. When I tried to use it for scripts, I received errors like incorrect syntax close to go. Hence, I had to Google it and use ChatGPT to see what can be used to execute the scripts. Two solutions were offered, SMO or SQLCMD. I don't like SMO because it requires more packages than I am willing to add to the application. Hence, I decided to choose SQLCMD. This POC came to life because few weeks back, I had to run 100 scripts which were deleting rows from a table, and I had to provide timing info also. I did it using a PowerShell script and invoke SQLCMD found on the internet, but that solution was missing the graphical user interface, which led me to try making a POC and add it as a feature to the application.